What's going on? It's Zedmod. I'm back at the creakiest desk in Canada, and I just wanted to show a couple different things that came to mind today. First thing off was an operation hit. Before even that, look at this operation. This is absolutely ridiculous. Minotaur, Strategize, Redline, Humble Pie, Outworks, Phobos, Titanic, and Cooker. I think this is the worst draw that I've ever seen. Like, none of these were even a solo. Phobos was close, but not just like bananas, bananas, bananas. Just like a kick in the junk. Not good at all. So a couple things I wanted to show. First off was the first attack we saw. Something a little bit clever here. Something you need to think about doing if you're going to start doing higher level operations. The first bit is splitting your boats. This is critical. Like, by splitting his boats, he doesn't have to do a side flare, doesn't have to do a fancy drop, doesn't have to do a 2-smoke drop or anything. He just has to, and he can actually do multiple jobs in the same attack. So this is the first bit. I haven't seen someone come to this spot for the left-hand side shield generator, but it worked, so all the power to him. Nice shock there. Missed this shock a little bit, but, or did he? No, it looks like maybe he got it. Or it's out of range. Anyways, got the first job down, and then the second bit is he dropped his grenadiers. And this is kind of the neat thing that I wanted to point out that's kind of cool. So you'll notice here this machine gun is hitting like 3 of his grenadiers. Yeah, at least 3, and he's going to lose at least 3 to 4 unless he uses a shock or a second med kit or something. So he does something better, and that is he simply artilleries his own grenadier. And if you watch, the machine gun stops shooting, he saves himself some GBE, and just a pretty clever move. Not something that you see terribly often, but if there's a machine gun that's just shooting at one of your troops, it's definitely something to think about. And the same thing with his grenadiers. You'll notice he's moving before they're even destroyed. He's moving using GBE and saving time. So, really good hit. Just something I wanted to point out. Kill your own troops. I know it's weird. I know it seems totally backwards, but it can save you. You know, that artillery used 3 GBE. The next medkit would have been 9, or a shock would have been more. So really saved him a fair amount of GBE. And he couldn't. Sometimes you can smoke your own troops, but he's already used probably 9 smokes to get to the back. The next one was my hit on Phobos. We had a bit of a what's the word, debate on this, if this could be attacked with 3 shocks or if it needed 4. So I was betting for 3. Basically everyone else was betting for 4, so I figured I would give it a shot. I can't say how much health the core had, but it was fairly healthy. I've been aided by the crab. I dropped my Power Stone Chance statue, which you may have noticed. I now have 184 GBE at full boost, which is so much fun. It's going to be hard going back to Power Stone Chance, but I have to. I boost too much and don't clear my map enough, so I've got to use Power Stone Chance. And this is the cool bit. Check this out. This was fun. Turning corners with Zookas. Let's go up to 1 speed. And then we'll come back to half speed. And the reason why I went to this corner up here is because if you go below these rocket launchers, these machine guns chew you up and they just waste so much of your time. So, and also if I was down in there, I couldn't shock the machine guns and this shock launcher with the same shock. I would have shocked half my troops. That was my thinking. And I managed to hit that shock and the other shocks. So I was pretty happy with this hit. And then throwing critters on this rocket launcher in an attempt to get the laser to focus on the critters. I mean, I don't really know how that... I mean, they're about the same distance from the laser, so it was just a sheer Hail Mary, essentially. I didn't have enough for 6 shocks, so... And the beauty of it was, it actually worked out. They went for the critters, and I managed to take it down. So a pretty fun attack. Plus, I got to say, haha, I was right. mean, if you look right there, that shock isn't all that difficult. The shock launcher could probably be back one more square, I think. It's hard to tell if that's 2 squares there or 3. I think it's only 2, but nonetheless, that was fun. The next attack that I wanted to show was by Frost. This is something that I've seen on YouTube. It was on Reddit at one point. Not this exact hit, but something like it. And so I wanted to try it out just to see if it could work, essentially. That's the beauty of getting an operation that's really, really hard. You can try things that you don't know if they're going to work or not. So you'll notice that these rocket launchers back here are in range. Doesn't have troop health, so he has to use 2 med kits to get through the fence. A little bit unfortunate. But then I'll just leave it on regular speed. So they haven't. This is basically a flash hit on the flamethrower, but obviously you can't flash kill a flamethrower. But you'll notice none of these rocket launchers fired, which is fantastic. So now he's managed to take out the flamethrower, and the rocket launchers haven't fired. And then next up, takes out the shock launcher. Watch that timer tick down. Now everything's gonna focus on. He probably could have got away without shocking that shock launcher, since the critters drop first anyways, but that's something to do for next time. Flash kills the shock launcher, and the shock launcher's gone. So now, let's go up to 1 speed. Exact same thing again. Flare something. Drop critters just before the smoke clears. Everything will waste its shot on the critters. And down goes the shield generator. And then a bunch of damage on the second shield generator. So pretty neat hit. Just using, first off, using the delay. And then re-smoking and using the critters. And then re-smoking and using the critters again. So pretty neat way to do it. There's probably other ways to do it, but this bottom fence down here causes some problems. So something neat, something to try next time. I don't know if you've seen the YouTube video where someone gets like 4 shield generators just by popping critters and then re-popping smoke. Please comment. I'd like to see it. I saw it months or when Redline first came out, but I haven't seen it since. So we've been trying that. I'll show you one of my crab hits. This is just me being dumb, essentially. You'll see that I didn't use any of my. These are all unboosted. Then I tested my boost, and then I tried something ridiculous. Basically, these kind of what I'm doing for crab is kind of the hey hold my beer attacks. My goal is just to do ridiculous things that are fun. So, clearing the moron there, and then I ended up with like somewhere around 200 GBE, I think. This is just me getting GBE and making a spot. Now this shield is 1.7 million, which I didn't even think to check before my attack, which is part of the hey hold my beer. And then obviously I've lost the delay on basically every defense because of those critters. But then, let's slow this down a little bit. But then it is the magical music time. And then just critters and shocking everything I could think of. Then I did a pretty good job of burning through that. I mean, it would have been great to finish, obviously, but I got the shield basically. I did 1.7 million damage with 1 shock, so that was pretty fun. I finished it on the next one unboosted, doing the same, basically the same thing. I was going to stop for this speed serum up here, and then I realized that would be dumb. And so I used like 50 flares to get to where I wanted to go. And then it was just so kind of neat. That's all I got for now, though. I really wanted to show a solo by Soup on Waterloo. He dodged. I don't know. He managed to like bend Izukus through about 50 mines, but that replay is long gone. So that's all I got for now. I just want to do a quick operation update. We're doing some crazy maps. I mean, obviously, if you're doing Forlorn Hope, you've seen most of them. Probably not. If you've had a worse draw than this, please let me know. because this is the worst draw I've ever. I mean, obviously we don't have Green Court or Maze, but I mean, Humble Pie, Redline, Minotaur. Minotaur's not bad, but Strategize is like Redline is usually like 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 hits. Strategize is 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 as well. I mean, it can go poorly. You can do it in 3 to 4 if you do it very well, but Outworks is a bunch. Cooker is a bunch. So just a war of attrition. But that's all I got. That is my quick update. Oh, that's one more thing. After I took out a GBE 17 out of my shed and put my new shiny Power Stone 73% chance in, and my next Guardian was a 17% GBE. So I took one out and I made one. Just so ridiculously lucky. But yeah, pretty happy about that. That's all I got. That is me at my creaky desk in Triangle 9. We've actually got 5 spots available. We had a little bit of drama, sort of something that had been coming for a while. That's all cleaned up now. Everyone's back to, most people are, everyone that's still in the task force is back to happy. But that's it. If you're looking to join, please send us a message. Anyone who's, I mean, anyone who's level, say, HQ 22 or up, or even HQ 21 or up, send us a request. Love to have you. You'll probably get heckled. You'll probably learn a couple things and teach us a few things. But that's it. That's all. Thanks for tuning in.